Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thanks for growing with me on today. I wish you happy feelings. Happy feelings from deep in my soul. Deep, deep in my soul, I wish you happy feelings. Love is the greatest power, more power to you. I'm here in the lighthouse, beaming light to the world, beaming love, sowing seeds of love, sowing here, sowing there, sowing everywhere, growing a little bit here, growing a little bit there, growing some of everywhere. Oh, you hear that? Some of everywhere. So that's everywhere. We growing. We growing, and I'm giving God the praise, honey, for better days. It is what it is, but it ain't gonna be, honey. I just got to grow with the flow of God. That's what I do every day. Now, there was a time when I jump up in the morning, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and be recording. But see, the thing of it is, in the lighthouse. Now, this is the lighthouse, 100-year-old lighthouse. I gotta tell you about the lighthouse. 100-year-old lighthouse. The walls, I don't know that if I think they made this house a duplex. They had to, because the wall separating is so thin, but the other walls of the house are thick concrete. I mean, it's one of them that was built to last. You hear me? Like that what other one that grow came out of. That grow was in. Because grow was in me. And I just had to grow. That was it. That's what we all got to do. We all just got to grow. We don't know. We all just got to grow. But what we don't know is we grow every day. See, we thought we just grow on Sunday. And then maybe Wednesday night. And maybe go over on Thursday. Give them a little time, go do a little. So you good? You heading down there? Yeah, I got to go. I ain't been in a while, so I'm going to show my face. But look, you going to go over here and pay this man to tell you something you already know. Sow, love, grow. That's what God said to do. God said to love one another, love yourselves too. And just sow, love, grow. That's what you got to do. You just got to grow every day. It's not weekly. Then you become a weakling. Honey, I'm in this lighthouse downstairs where all the old appliances are. Just looking around at the museum down there. And I didn't want to ever look up in the rafters. It's the basement where I was. And I didn't ever want to look up in the rafters. I used to avoid up there. There's all kind of bags and plastic bags and all kind of, I don't know what she got up in there. I don't know what's down there. I don't even know if she even know that stuff is in there. I don't know that they using that as insulation or what, but it's plastic bags, paper bags, stuff stuffed in bags. It's stuff all up. I never wanted to look up there. Now, honey, but I did the other day. I've been in here 15 months. I ain't never seen this. 15 months. Going up and down them basement, running down there, whatever I got to go down there for, because I rarely go down there. Rarely. Because it's something to see down there. So, I looked up the other day, and hanging from the rafters was a rope with a noose on the end of it. And that rope got reddish brown stains on it too. Now, keep this in mind. This is a 100-year-old house, and it's haunted. It is haunted. But see, I walk in power, not in fear. God is within me. The only thing that I got to watch and be mindful of is the people that's walking around with me, because the spirits can't do nothing to me. The spirits will only do what you allow them to. See, you can let evil take over you like he did. Thinking he could raise up against God. And when he turned to God and prayed to God, he praying to God. He a man of God. He's in the church. He talk about being a deacon. But he gonna tell his wife, turn your back on God. Turn your back on growth. What's helping other people? What's helping you? It's helping you to grow. I see that. I noticed. I see a difference in you. But I remember when you used to do such. Remember that? You used to do such, bringing all that old stuff up. Look, we trying to change. We trying to grow. Yo, we trying to rise. I'm over here trying to sow. What you doing? No, stay in your lane. Get back over there. You don't need to know what I'm doing. You're doing fine where you at. I like what you're doing. I like that growth right now. See, because I'm over here growing on something else. I'm over here sowing some different kind of seed. Not them kind you doing. Some different kind of seed. Planting. You manifesting. Planting some different stuff. Raising up. But I'm over here raising up for God. I'm over here working for the Lord. I ain't working for self. It's not about me. I'm not here to lift me. My people, my brothers, sisters, kings and queens, it's not about religion. It's about spirituality. And what you got to understand, it's not about lifting one man or one woman. It's about lifting us all. You going to go over here once a week to pay him some money or pay her some money for them to tell you something you already know. God said grow. God said love. That's what you got to do to get the breakthrough. It ain't all about what you ripping and running over here doing. In this building, the church is in the heart. Love is where you start. You got to sow love. God is looking at you. Hey, you, dug in the pew. God see you. You think God just in there on Sunday and you just run in there and see God on Sunday. And God ain't out here in the world like the evil is. Don't see what you out here in the world doing. Caught up in some stuff. Then you want to run in there and hide, duck and hide in the pew. Trying to hide from the pastor. He don't know, but God do. God know what you did, honey. See, so God already know before you start praying. So what you do, just meditate it over to the Lord. Humble yourself. Yes, humble yourself. But it's not necessary to get down on your knees. My dad is 87 years old and he's sitting in his chair and pray. He meditate. He just meditate, and elevate. That's what he does. He said a higher plane. I just remember him saying that. A higher plane. So I those words reverberate with me. So I just, when I think about my dad, I think about a higher plane. So, that's what I want to get to, another plane, a higher plane. So, we trying to rise to greatness. There's some folks down here who, they out to get theirs. And they'll use you to do it. They'll use you and whatever you got and whatever you have. And see, oh yeah, you got that? Yeah, I know, yeah. And pretend to want to be all a part of your dreams when they got their own twisted up dreams. And then there you go coming out of a nightmare. But God done brought you out though. So now it's time to grow. Now you know. So now it's time to tell some other folks. It's time to grow. It's time to rise. Time to live. Time to sow. God is on the move. I'm telling you so, because I'm watching it. I'm watching it before my eyes. Revelation of confirmation. Glory be to God. The beloved ancestors are the engine that's moving and propelling this train. I'm the conductor. I'm just doing what they telling me to do and going the way they tell me to go. I grow with the flow of God, trying to reach another plane, trying to get to greatness, trying to rise up like a great mountain, trying to bring some other great mountains up, trying to help you come up. Come on up, trying to give you a push up. You need one? Here, let me push you up down there in Germany. Hey, you need one over there? Yeah, I can push you up in California. You need one right there? Oh, I see Iowa. Let me push you up right there. Let me push you up over there in Finland. Let me push you up over there, Taiwan. Matter of fact, let me just go and push the world up. Here, God. Let me lift the world up to God. Glory be to God. I got you, motherland. You in my hands. I'm lifting you up to God. Lifting you up in prayer. I'm telling you, I see the world, honey. But I avoid the oppression. I'm really starting to avoid. You know something? I ain't even checked in with the news. I checked in once today. And usually I check in with the news about it. Because it's breaking. It's always something breaking. So, I get on there here on the internet. I ain't got no TV. I get on the internet. And I, go look at this, go look at that, go check here, go check in there. I'll let you know why I check in. It's all going to come out. You just be patient. You don't know everything. It's all going to come out. I'm telling you, as we grow in. But I check in here, check in there, just do a little checking. And, everything cool. But only like once today. Everything ain't cool. It's cool because God is moved. That's why I say everything cool. See, I focus on the solution. I don't focus on the problem. I sit there and say everything terrible. It's bad. It's just awful. The world, look at the world. But see, I look at God. I'm looking at God over here. I'm looking at God moving across every man, woman, boy, and girl. Because see, we all know how to love. You may be of a different religion, different this, different that. But I'm telling you something, there's only one God. There's only one God. And then man created all that other stuff. Religion, how you gotta dress, how you gotta go in there looking, how you gotta walk, how much you gotta pay him 10%. You gotta do this, do that. You gotta be a part of this club, part of that. You gotta look like that. Gotta act like that. Gotta walk like that. You ain't none of that. You can't be in that. If you ain't this, you ain't that. You ain't going to have that. So that's what they say. That's what man say. But what about what God say? See, God got a beautiful plan for you. All you got to do is grow in the plan of God. All you got to do, kings and queens, rebels, keepers of the dream, because that's what we all are, in the end. We're all keepers of the dream. Some of us just got our own dream. But I'm telling you something, I got God's dream, and I'm holding on to that. I'm holding on. Peace be still, no God. I'm holding on. I got my hands, my fists clenched tight as I can just right now because I'm holding on. I'm a keeper of the dream, and I'm holding on to the dream, and I'm going to roll on full steam. As the holy, beloved ancestors, the beloved Spirit of God that is within me, we prepare forward on this love, peace, and soul train. We got God. We going to win. I'm just glorified right now. I'm magnified right now. I just want to give God the praise right now. Let's just give God a hand clap. Because see, look, we in the beautiful plan of God. We in the beautiful plan of God. He out there making all that noise. Even though, look, he way in the front of the lighthouse. Now listen to this. He way in the front of the lighthouse. I really try to avoid, I really try to stay out of his way when it come time to record. He always in the front of the lighthouse, and I can still hear his noise way back here. Where I'm at. In this recording studio. This part of the lighthouse. I use every part of the lighthouse as a recording studio, because where I grow, there grow God. I'm telling you. I live for God. I sow all day long, sowing the seeds of love for God, living for God, believing in the dream, keeping the dream. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. And so we're going to roll on, kings and queens. Keep on, keeping with the dream. Look, we're in a race out here. Everything going up and you can't catch up. You try to wait, just sit back for a minute. Lay back. I know you can't catch. Honey, please. Tell who you telling. You can't catch up. You're trying to. But look, just sit back for a minute. Let me tell you something. Whoa. God is in control. While you stressing and worrying and just don't know what to do, God, how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to get through, we going day by day. This is it. This is life. What you get. So go ahead and have a ball. One day at a time. One day at a time. We going one day at a ha. One day at a time, honey. That's how we going to do it. And look, woe is not you, grow is you. You get your God-given joy. God already put that in you from a child. You had that God-given joy, but look, here come the world at you. Here come the world. You grew to your parents. Now we grow to God. See, that's what we didn't understand. We just get out, just throw you to the world, just like these poor children. Just like these poor children who age out of the foster care system to nothing. I thought a child, when you take a child in, a child is part of your family. A child is just a check to you. And then once the check in, then you push the child out that's what you do. That's how you do the kids. That's how you do the children in the foster care system. A child is just a check. No, a child is God's ray of hope for tomorrow. God is looking at you. You just took that child in for the check. Now the check gone. You don't push the child out till you age out the foster care system. What kind of foolishness is that? How you age out the foster care system? You going to a family, a foster family. I went in the foster care system as a child, as a teenager. For a few months, me and my sister and my brother was in the foster care system. And my foster family loved me so much that she called me mama. I mean, it was mother. She wanted to be mother. But see, what I didn't realize, she wanted me to call her mother. What I didn't realize was that love makes a family. She loved me like a daughter. She accepted me into her home and her family, and I pretty much ostracized her. Matter of fact, her last name was Outlaw, and I outlawed her for my life. I did. I didn't want her around because I wanted my own mama. But what I didn't understand then, and what I'm trying to tell you, it takes a village to raise a child. She stepped in. That woman loved me. She loved me and my sister. She did. I wasn't mean to her, but I wanted my mama. I cried all the time, Being away from your mother, away from your parents, you just feel like what's going on? Why am I here? I understand. And then turn around, see, my mother got us back. But turn around and you age out the system. Who are you? How do you look at yourself in the face? I don't know. How do you age out the system? Even if in your group home, you're supposed to help these children get jobs and get on their own and help them out. Well, that's something as we grow. God help us. As we grow, we can look into and help these children to get the breakthrough. Because we got kids on the street, honey. And then here come evil. Here come oppression. Here come all kind of drugs. There go legends. These children are legends. We are legends. Living legends. All legends aren't famous. When I went over to Africa, they didn't even know who Prince was. I showed them his picture. They didn't even know who he was. So that just grows to show you some of us here are not living up to our potential. You are a legend. All legends aren't famous. And even those who are famous ain't famous to all. Look at her. Ain't famous to all. But make an impact to those around you. And guess what? It's going to reverberate. Just like Prince reverberates through me. Love will conquer if you just believe. It's only mountains. You can climb it or go around it. It's only the seas. You can sail across it. It's only mountains. Love will conquer if you just believe. Believe, honey, have faith the size of a mustard seed. Because it's a bunch of mustard seeds. Because it's a bunch of mustard. Whole lot of mustard. To God be the glory for the whole world story. To God be the glory for the whole world story. I think about a lot of legends. I do. Legends that have failed. I think about DMX. I think about Biggie, Tupac. I think about why. To elevate someone else, we have to end someone else. And that is not so. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Grow. On God's throne, there's plenty room for every king and queen to sit on. You don't have to push one another out. Push one another up. Let's lift us up as we once did as a people. They came together over evil. They came together. They banded together. And then you begin to have the rebels. Glory be to God. From a divided time to a united time. Let us grow in God. God is love. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. God bless you, kings and queens. Let's grow with the flow of God.